And let's just get into it. Whenever you're ready to start. Yep.
Greetings, guys, gals, and guildies, and welcome to episode 266 of the Gamesmen podcast. The Gamesmen are here to play roles. I'm taking the role of the host this week. My name is Dan, hardly Dan Natman, and with me, as ever, is Gary Amorous89 Lever. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I think you said 266. Instead of
Yeah,
226.
226. I
Man,
think we've
where
got.
have I been for 40 weeks?
Shall I? Yeah. Okay, we've got. I made a mistake. I was thinking earlier, but I think we've cocked up somewhere with the episode numbers anyway, because normally you host the even ones. Um. So yeah, that doesn't really matter, does it?
Someone got fucked in the meantime.
How are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm Tony Tiger.
Cool.
I am great. So the family has been here since Tuesday, I think it was. I don't know, it was 31st. Hold on, I got a calendar over here. That is, yep, Tuesday. They've been here since Tuesday. My mom won't fucking stop cleaning. I guess they went out. I don't know where the hell they went, but they are not here right now to let me podcast. And after this podcast is over, I had to play Monster Hunter. Steve's gonna be mad. We didn't start like half an hour ago. Actually, like an hour and a half ago, like 1-2. But you were taking care of your mom.
Yeah.
But to kind of get through this section, so I put up a little bit more drywall. Blah blah blah. Working on the house, shit. Help my family, and they fixed the tractor, and my dad tried to cut the grass, but it rained that day, so it didn't really work too well for him. But yeah, so stuff's been going on around here. My mom, it's weird. I've been eating real food, which really doesn't happen anymore since I live on my own. Been nice. I don't get to eat much stuff, good stuff anymore, because I don't find a reason to do it. Because why cook? Well, it's not even cooking big meals. It's cooking like
Anything.
not just anything, just like, a regular meal that I would normally eat. Why cook that? Because it's only me. Like, I don't want to peel, like, 2-3 potatoes. Well,
Yeah.
probably 2 potatoes just for myself. Little tiny thing. I don't know. It feels weird to make stuff for myself, because it's not like I'm cooking for, me, Courtney, and Rogue. It would just be me and Rogue whenever he's here. But
Okay,
now
I can't hear you.
You can't hear
I
me.
think my internet connection is just gone.
Well, that's good. That's wonderful.
So,
And I don't have a notepad
huh.
here to write down the time. I'm just
Okay,
gonna
I think my internet connection dropped for a second then. I don't know why.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Well, that's
But
good. Okay.
yeah,
I just need to remember this time whenever I'm doing the editing. Which I'll probably forget, so everyone's gonna hear this anyway. But yeah, moving on from food. So I watched Infinity War again, because it came out this week. Watched with my dad, and it's a really good film. I love Marvel films. And then TV. My dad was watching this program called Forged in Fire, and it's basically just a bunch of blacksmiths making weapons. Like if you watch any of the things like Chopped, or like those food programs where people get kicked off. Well, this is them making weapons and getting kicked off, which is much cooler. I don't know, fucking like it just looked cool, them making weapons and all this stuff, and like they make them forge something, and they go through they go through 2 rounds, and somebody gets kicked off. Like, there are 4 people who go through 2 rounds. two people get kicked off, and then they go into the final round where they let them go 5 days and make what they want them to make. Like the first one I watched with him was with my dad was making a spike shield to show off, and then they test the stuff out. Which
Right.
and the one guy is funny because he's not American. He's a martial artist and all this stuff, and like whenever he's using a blade, he's like, "It will cut," or whenever he's using. I was talking about this earlier this week. Whenever he was using the shield and stuff, and like he's stabbing the ballistic dummies and shit. Just like seeing what damage it does to him. He's like, "It will kill," and I'm just fucking laughing. Like my dad's, he's like, the only reason I watch this is for this guy because I guess he loves how he talks. But he's like, "It will kill," and he has this like big smile on his face. It's hilarious.
So I guess it's a four-man function for the stuff they make. It's got to look good and it's also got to perform.
In the end, I guess that would probably do it. The stuff I watched so far hasn't got that far to well, the one guy couldn't finish. Like, both their shields were good, but, the guy didn't finish it. He couldn't finish it. So I'm guessing there's, aesthetics is in the end. Like, they don't talk about it at all, but they choose a winner, and you're like, basically, whatever you think looks coolest is probably the one that's gonna win, as long as it works. And
yeah,
but my dad's got it recording, so I might actually watch the shit because it's actually really interesting. I like it. It's a chop for me, chop your head off. Yeah, I really like it. It's great. I did start listening to Stuff That I Want You to Know. I started listening to earlier stuff and which is nice because it's only 20-30 minute episodes, so it doesn't take long to get through and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just I'm looking at them I don't care about that, and I'm just swiping, getting the stuff off my list, and then I listen to the stuff that I actually want to. But yeah, I'm listening to that. That's about the newest thing I'm doing. I swear there's something else that I started listening to. I don't think we talked about it, actually. Aaron Mankey's Cabinet of Curiosities. Have you been listening to that?
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite cool. It's 2 times a week, and it's a short little show about
10 minutes at the most.
Yeah,
that one's fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's been around recently. I can't remember though. Dan, how's your week been going and everything?
Yeah, pretty good. I got myself a new mountain bike, and
yeah, here we go. Let's go through Dan's buying list. By the way, I guess you getting this mountain bike, why don't you tell people what actually happened while you're going on a spending spree?
Yeah, well, there was quite a lot of stuff I decided to get on Tuesday. New mountain bike and all the accessories for it, cycling shorts.
Don't lie, you've had
trousers.
This buying list set up for fucking months.
Well, no, I had an idea of what was in my mind for the bike, and when I was in the shop, I was like, okay, right, I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that. Basically, all of my old cycling stuff has been thrown out, pretty much, or doesn't fit. So I got a whole new load of cycling stuff: shoes, socks, some padded lycra shorts, which I'm not going to wear just them. I'm going to put something over them, because no one wants to see my fat ass cycling up a hill. Pedals. I got 2 sets of pedals. One set that clips onto the shoes for, proper training rides, and a set of flatties to destroy my shins when I'm just having fun. So yeah, I actually, before I got that, I went and put the deposit on my mum's next Motability car. So that was about £5,000. Then I got the bike and all those other things. That was a couple of grand, well, three and a half grand in total. And then we went over to Curry's to get my mum a new oven and hot plate, and she wanted a KitchenAid mixer. There was one in the sale, so I was like, yeah, we'll get that
Yeah,
as well.
KitchenAid mixer.
I got myself a Fitbit and a R2D2 droid, which is adorable. You can control it with your phone, and it just when you can sit and watch Star Wars with it, and it listens. And I haven't watched Star Wars with it yet to see how it reacts, but I'm going to. So yeah, we're at this store. We've ordered the oven and everything, and this comes to paying for it, and it doesn't go through. And we try again, and it doesn't go through. And then I get a text message on my phone saying, "We're worried about fraud on your account. Can you tell us if this
You've
is
never
you trying to
spent
make
money
this
before.
payment?" Yeah, and I replied yes, and they said, "Okay, wait 10 minutes, and it should go through." Didn't go through. And so I end up on the phone to the fraud department, and then they're like, "Let's see what we can do." They're asking me loads of questions about my account and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I can't. I'm afraid I can't do this. You're going to have to go into the branch tomorrow with some photo ID to get them to take the block off your card. So I'd been in that shop for 2 hours on hold, waiting to speak to the bank. I said, "Well, you realise I'm going to send you a bill for this phone call because this is on a mobile phone and it's not going to be included in my minutes. And I've been on phone for 2 hours at 35p a minute. That's, yeah, okay, it's not a significant amount of money, but it's money I shouldn't have had to freaking spend." And anyway, so the next day I go into town. First thing I do, go to the bank, speak to a woman there who happens to know my mum. She's on the phone to them. After about half an hour, it's all sorted out, and they said, "Yeah, it should be fine. Go and get it." So I drive to the shop. They've put everything aside. I go to buy it. It's declined again. So I phone up, and this woman's there, and because I can't remember that I've only got 25p in my savings account, I didn't get enough security questions right, so I had to then go back to the bank, and at the end of it, I was just like, "Can I just take the money out here and now, so I can just go and pay for this lot?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's probably a good idea." And I'm like, yeah. How much do you want? I said, "You 2,000. No, make it 2,300 because I'm going to spend some cash on the vape shop." And yeah, so I ended up walking out the bank with like almost 2.5 grand in 20s on me.
Oh my god, that's a stack.
Yeah, in 2 envelopes. So yeah, I end up going to the shop, and
And then I get mugged.
I'm like, "I'm back. I've got cash. Do you accept cash?" She's like, "Yeah." So
Oh, people love cash.
counting it all out there, and the manager's coming over, and he's like trying to make sure that they think someone's shoplifting because I've got 2 members of staff, one sorting out the cash, the other one counting it. And the manager's like, "Keep an eye on that woman over there in the blue." So yeah, eventually I picked
Your mom
up
just
everything.
starts taking stuff out. Like, oh, yeah.
No, my mum
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
even
like,
there. She was at home that day. So yeah, I went and got that done. Oh yeah, I got a Tefal Opti grill. That thing is freaking awesome. It's like a George Foreman grill, only
yeah, I really want to get it now.
you press a button and for the meat you want, and then it beeps at you when it goes through the different stages. And
I really want to.
the steak was fucking awesome, and it's got RGB on it. So woo.
Plus, yeah, as soon as Rogue hopefully gives me that 500 you're talking about, because I'll get it. Because I already bought all this fucking vape shit right for the podcast. Because damn.
My camping stuff started coming in. My tent arrived. Fuck me, that's heavy. I lifted it up and I was like, I can barely
Well,
lift
it's
this.
pretty goddamn big.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get the carpet for it though.
What?
As an option, you can get carpet as a tent for the tent. I was like, yeah, that's a little bit over the top. So yeah, my tent arrived on yesterday. No, yeah, yesterday. My one of my power banks has arrived today, and one of my solar panels has arrived. and my a Faraday cage key wallet, so that I can lock the key to the tow hook of my car, and it'll block the signals from the key, so people can't just open my car whilst I'm in the sea. So
Nice.
that's cool.
How's your whiskey, by
Yeah,
the way?
it's quite tasty. It is
That's the year I
Glenfiddich
tasted it.
IPA experiment. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very tasty, and yeah, I'm rather enjoying it. Um, when it comes to movies, I think I started watching something, but I fell asleep through it.
You've
Yeah,
definitely watched Knight Rider.
yeah, I watched a load of Knight Rider. That's finished now, unfortunately. But it's all right. Tomorrow there's more Torchwood, so I'll be watching that.
Oh
Um,
dear.
um, um, what's his name? Nicolas Cage. Biker, Flaming Skull.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. Yeah, I fell asleep through Ghost Rider. That works quite well to send me to sleep. I've been listening to new for me, but it's been out for a little while. New podcast called the RFK Tapes. This is by the guys who did Crime Town and Cadence 13. Sorry,
I
it's an
haven't
audio.
heard either of those.
It's an audio documentary series that takes a new look at the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. For the past 50 years or so, the authorities have claimed that it was an open and shut case, and a chap called Sharan was captured at the scene, gun in hand, and he admitted to the crime, and he's serving life. He was given the death penalty, but that was commuted to life. Um, uh, but yeah, lots of people say that there's evidence of a larger conspiracy, not least the fact that his gun had it was a revolver. His gun could carry 8 rounds. I think it was a revolver, and there were more
I've never heard of
shots
a
than that
revolver
fired.
having 8. I've only heard of a revolver having 6.
Yeah, I think it was a revolver.
I mean,
But
yeah,
anyway, it's
6
really
shooter.
good. Yeah, but this was an 8 shooter. Um, and yeah, they're looking into it, and you get to hear all the old tapes. You can hear interviews and things, and yeah, it's really, really, really good. It's fantastically well made. It's got some great music, and I do like a bit of true crime. Um,
I'm listening
but
to too
yeah,
much of this shit anymore.
the guys are doing it. They got an Emmy and a Peabody Award for Crime Town and The Jinx. So they're good podcasters. They know what they're doing, and it's really really cool. There's only
I'll have
7
to look it up.
episodes at the moment. Yeah, the RFK tapes. Go check that out. When it comes to reading, well, I haven't started reading it yet, but I bought a new book. It's a new Nathan Lau book.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember what it's called. So if you just give me a second to get
Something
my
about space stuff somewhere in the universe. Some
yeah,
guy
yeah,
that's
that's
named after a genital, maybe.
I don't think he's no Wong. It's Wong, not Wang.
Close enough. But
Um,
yeah, I got it.
it
If you
seems to have
haven't read
disappeared
those or
from my
listened to
orders.
those, yeah, you need to listen to at least listen to
Hmm.
the share books. Those are really fucking good.
Yeah, this is Home Run, which is Smuggler's Tales from the Golden Age of the Solar Clipper, Book 3. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading that. Um, it's actually the final volume of the Smuggler's Tales. So I only recently read the second one. So yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to be good.
I'm gonna guess they smuggle shit.
Um, Not really. This is all based out in Toehold space, so the CPJCT don't have any. controlled out there. So it's all a bit more. It's a bit like the Wild West of space.
The shipping
Uh,
tales.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's well written, and I might save it for camping. Actually, might
That'd
be a
be
good
good.
idea.
In a tent, reading a book.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nathan Law does good books.
yeah, excellent books. But yeah, I guess that brings us to what we've been playing. So Gary, what have you been playing?
Well, because of the news, I decided this this podcast is brought to you by Dice. So I'm gonna roll a dice to figure out what I'm gonna talk about first. And that's a 4, so that's my last one. So No Man's Sky. Yeah. So they came out with the multiplayer stuff now,
Yeah, the
and
massive patch, the next patch, I think it was called, wasn't it? No Man's Sky
yeah,
Next. Yeah.
um, yeah. So I couldn't use my old save,
No,
which
you
is
have to start
fine.
again.
Yeah, it's fine because like I haven't played game forever anyway. But I jumped into Board's game. I can't remember, Sunday, Monday, whatever. And yeah, I was playing with him, and I I had to find my ship, I had to do all this stuff, get set up, I could fly into space, and then I guess he started to build a base of his own. So I was just going around collecting shit, whatever, and he was building a base and all that, and yeah, so just going around it. I must say, game's much more fun. Not like we're not even working together; we're just doing our own thing. It's much more fun when you're talking to someone while they're playing the same game, in the same area as you. So it's definitely a lot nicer that way. And then Rogue, last night, we were playing it. He got on, and he's like asked me all these fucking questions. Like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about. He's not a good. He's not good at explaining things. So I was like, I'll just fucking get in the game. I'll get, set up, whatever. And then once I got in, because I just did it not that long ago with board, I was like, okay, I know what I need to have for in a little bit. So I had everything ready to go and all this. So like I collected all the shit that I would need, and like Rogue was playing game for over an hour, and like I don't know, in 20 minutes I was already past him. So, yeah, and I was like, I just gave him the pure ferrite that he needed to actually do his shit. So I was like, okay, it's like, here, do this, blah, 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 Then I went into space, and we found another planet, and it was a lot nicer than the last one. And, yeah, just a bunch of stuff we were doing. A lot of, I mean, it's definitely more fun. I started building my own base. So I was doing that. I haven't done anything like super interesting that I can really comment on. Rogue made it to a space station, which I kind of want to go up there on my own too, because I want to, maybe get a new scanner or something. Because the stock one that you get is slow. But I guess that's really all I can really talk about No Man's Sky. Let's see, what are we talking about? Oh, I got a 4 again. Wow, I'm hitting crits. Alright, 1. Diablo 3. uh, uh, so, I've been playing this with, I played it with Board, but I don't think I played it with him this past week. But I played with, Boone, and, me and him, we got our seasons done, all this stuff. Well, the regular season done, because there's extra stuff after you do that to get your full set of armor and all that. So we got that, and like we just turned into complete fucking badasses in the game. And I went through my I think they're called set dungeons, and because it used the set that you have, and it taught me how to use my skills really well. and like I just go through because I didn't know what sentries did with a demon hunter, but I'm going through my set dungeon, and like I fail because you can't get hit during the entire like. Well, it says don't let an enemy get in melee range. Well, there are these worms that if you're not
Yeah.
watching,
Just pop out the ground and hit you.
yep, like you have to watch your map, which is just up in the corner. So I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking up, looking at the screen, looking up, like just keep going back and forth, and that like it's a skull on there that doesn't move, but when it does, it goes like really fast over to you, and then like I'm like I have to keep watching. I'm like, no, get away, get the fuck away, get away, get away, get away, and then it pops out of the ground, then I fucking kill it. But yeah, you have to. It was like you have to keep 3 sentries up at all times, and you can't have anything get into melee range. You have to kill so many enemies, blah blah blah, and like had to do all this stuff, and the only problem I had with it was that fucking worm, because sometimes I'm just not looking at the map, and it's not like it's it's a little square on the screen up in the corner, and like I'm not always looking up at it. Well, whenever I actually finished it, well, I finished it the first time, or not the first time, like the second time or whatever, but I got the minimum requirements to get the achievement, I guess it'd be for it. But I kept going back in because I wanted to get the master of it. So I kept doing it, and I kept getting hit with this fucking stupid goddamn snakes. That's the only thing that screwed me up every single time. And then, like, I just fucking stared at that goddamn map, and I'm like, no, you're not gonna fucking get me. And, like, every new area I went into, I was like, okay, there's a skull sitting over there that's probably a fucking snake. It's gonna come out of the fucking ground or whatever. So I kept watching, like, they're not hard to not get hit by as long as you notice them. But, like, they will follow you around. Like, if they'll follow you, and if you stand still, you're gonna get hit. Or if you're close enough, you're going to get hit. So you need to make sure you just keep moving around them. So I kept watching, they come up, they come out of the ground, and I'm like, die, you motherfucker. And then, like, you have to find out the right path to get all the, basically you gotta kill every enemy in the dungeon. So you need to find a good path. Because they send you in the same preset dungeon each time. So, like, I just had to make sure that I knew where I was going, and make sure that I like maximized my effort, because they give you 5 minutes. I think it was to kill like 200 enemies. So and the thing I found out is sentries. Like whenever I shoot my multi-shot with my demon hunter, like the sentry shoots it as well. So if I have 3 of those lined up and I shoot, like 3 extra fucking volleys get thrown out, and I just fucking destroy everything, and that made the game way easier. Because like it was funny, I was going through torment. You have to do, what was it, torment 4 to finish the season, which is like level 21, and then you have to, like, as you go through other steps of this thing, because you get different items as long as you're doing stuff during the season. You have to do, like, level 21st, then you do 47, I can't remember. But I went Torment 4 to 7 to 9 as soon as I finished that set dungeon, because I actually knew what I was doing. And I was just raping everything. And me and Boone started playing together, and going through, and like he got his set, and he knows how to run his character, and we're just destroying everything. It's a ton of fun. I fucking love it. Diablo is still great. Let's see. I am going with 3. All right. So Octopath Traveler. I played quite a bit of this week, and the game is so good. I love the characters I have so far. I looked at my brother's shit today. Not today, yesterday. And he's level 60 something. And I'm only like 13 with my main character that I started with, and like I showed it to Steve because like yeah, my brother's a little bit ahead of us because Steve was saying like I'm 23 and my brother's like 66 probably now or something. I'm just like Jesus fucking Christ, but yeah, he finds time playing games. I don't even know whenever I find time to play games, but yeah, he's going through. I was talking to him about it and stuff, and yeah, I love because what you do whenever you go into the game, you know, you play your main character. They gotta travel different towns, and then they find somebody, and then they tell you their story, which runs you through their story, and then you gotta go to their dungeon and kill shit. And like I'm getting people up to 7 to 10. So
Hmm.
far, I just finished Ophelia. I got the Cyrus, so I'm on my fifth person. No, fourth person. Yeah, because I got Therian, I got Theron, Hanit, Ophelia, and now I'm going for Cyrus. So that'll be my 4-band party out of the 8 that you can actually have in the game. And yeah, game's fun. I love it so much. I don't know if there's much more I can say about it, though. I'm trying to think. I mean, the combat's awesome. I love the like same as Bravely Default, Bravely Second and stuff. Like you get to choose what you're gonna do. Or
Yeah, it's
I
proper
said that
old
wrong.
school turn-based
Yeah, it's turn based,
combat.
but you get to add. I'm trying to think
You can
the
add
way I
power
say it.
to it,
Yeah, power
basically.
as in like. Well, no, yeah, it's not. It's not like Bravely Default
It's
because you can use in Bravely Default and Bravely Second like you can use up like 4 turns and that get like after you run out the enemy gets to attack you like 3 times before you can actually do anything, which is bad if you can't kill it really quick.
yeah,
um but yeah, with Octopath Traveler, like you add power and it just makes your attacks like, well, it lets you attack 4 times
yeah.
at the max, and like
You
you know
you
you
get
can really
these,
do good damage, especially if you know the enemy's broken and
yeah,
say you're using a weapon that weak and stuff. That's another thing. It's fun to go through them, uh, you know, figuring out their weaknesses and stuff. And I found out last night from my brother that you can actually go through and, or not go through. You can go and choose from. I get the scholar, which shows the weaknesses of the monster, so you know what they're already weak against. That
yeah.
might
He
go
has a
again. Good.
chance on each attack to. It's either a chance on each attack or a chance on each new fight of uncovering one of the weaknesses.
Well, there's a
Um,
skill too that you can just like
yeah,
go
yeah,
and find shit out, which is what he did. Um, but yeah, uh, like I was watching him doing stuff, and like I was like, oh, I didn't know you could fucking do that and all this shit. But yeah, like he's super far in it, um, and he loves it. Like it's good because my brother got into JRPGs and shit like that, like me and my older brother did. So keeping the tradition alive. Um, but yeah, like he normally has more time than I do to play stuff, so I like to see where he's at, what's going on and stuff, um, to get an idea of maybe what I should do, because his roster of characters they're really good right now, and like he's on his third job with the characters. It's insane. But yeah, Octopath Traveler, like if you have a Switch, you need to fucking get that. Well, if you like RPGs or JRPGs, get fucking Octopath Traveler. It is fucking great. I'm not
yeah,
gonna roll
and
a
it's
dice.
really quite chilled out. It's a nice game to relax to.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I've been playing it a little bit this week as well. I'm nowhere near as far as anyone else. I'm at level 7. I just, yeah, I haven't really. I've had one of those weeks where I've not really been playing a huge amount. So,
But
um,
that's me most weeks, which is a problem.
yeah,
I'm trying to make this run a little bit longer too because I get yelled at by Jason Gallagher. Because we're not talking about enough games. Because I'm not playing enough games. Like, I don't fucking have time for games.
it's a really I love the it's basically an homage to old JRPGs, and it the art style is somewhere between 8-bit and 16-bit. It looks really nice, but it's got more modern lighting effects.
Yeah, it
And
looks fucking beautiful. The
yeah,
game is
it's
amazing.
lovely, lovely game. It's so good. But every now and then, you, especially with your first character, you'll accidentally walk into a place and get killed almost instantly because you
I
didn't
did that. I
realize
didn't
that
get killed instantly, but I did have two people with me.
I I was on my own and I got surprise attacked by three wild boar.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Then I died and then I went to sleep.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Later, because I realized I hadn't saved for a while. I was like, God damn
Oh
it!
God. Yeah. I haven't had that happen yet, but yeah, there are strong enemies um, in the game. Uh, like I went to a place I wasn't even paying attention. I thought it was like where I had to go to get this other character. It wasn't. It was like level 22, and I was like level 12. And I was like, oh, I'm finding these things. And then it took off most of my health, and I went, run away! Yeah, that wasn't good. And then I was like already a decent amount in before I got it, and I got into two fights after I tried to make it out. I was like, run, 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 because I didn't want to die. But yeah, so I have noticed, the difficulty spike if you try to go different places. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that eventually. But yeah, no, Octopath Traveler, great game. Last game I'm going to talk about is Monster Hunter World. I didn't play it this week. I put it on there because I figured I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, I didn't get to play it because I didn't play with Stacy last night because family's over and stuff. But we are going to play after this podcast, and I told her, I was like, go ahead, invite people, I'll be in after the podcast. So yeah, that'll happen. But yeah, that's it for me. Dan, why don't you roll dice? You got a D. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5. Yeah, I roll a D4
Yeah,
anyway. Who cares?
it's fine. I've already talked a little about Octopath Traveler. Love that game. Absolutely stunning. If you've got a Switch and like JRPGs, you should be playing it.
Yes.
Little bit of No Man's Sky, just basically checking that it was installed properly and had a little look round. I need to properly play it. It looks absolutely beautiful on ultra wide with everything maxed out. It's pretty good. PUBG, played a bit of that with Rory. We weren't doing so well this week. We had a week off playing it, and it certainly showed. We took the small map out of rotation, and yeah, we didn't do so good. But it was kind of
They
fun.
still have the week. I guess the weekend events.
I don't know. I haven't checked. I didn't see one being advertised earlier this week, so I don't suppose there's one
When
this
there's not
weekend.
shotguns and pistols.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of pistols, I just saw something on Facebook last night. Roy, I guess, got shot pretty hard in the back with quite a few paintballs. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it was he was at a stag do. That wasn't Rory's back. That was the stag's back. At the end, lots of paintball centres do this. If you're on a stag do, they'll have a stag hunt, and depending on the size of your group, it'll either be just the group or everyone on both teams. If there's only a few of you, they'll get the other guys in as well. And basically, you take the gun away from. This is how we did it at the place I worked at. You take the gun away from the stag. You make sure everyone's got paint, and then you tell him to run. And then you tell everyone else to go after about 30 seconds, and they shoot the crap out of him.
Do you put a big dildo on his head so you know he's the unicorn you're searching for?
No, you just have to shoot the one that doesn't have a gun. It's quite easy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and quite painful as well if you're not used to getting shot by paintball guns. I ended up getting shot so much in the past that I'd have to be told that when we were on Tuesday nights we'd have training because we were setting up a team, and the owner used to be playing in a paintball team called the Young Turks, I think they were called. Was it the Old Turks? I don't remember. Anyway, so we'd do that, and yeah, we'd have to have someone marshalling because we were so used to getting shot, you know, being a marshal that you just don't feel it anymore. And
No wonder you don't have any feelings.
yeah, yes, I am broken. Um, I don't know why I picked up this next game, but I did. It was on sale. It was only 74p on Steam. I don't know what the full price is. It's a racing game. It's a kart racing game.
Couldn't
It's
tell by the
Garfield
name.
Kart.
Yes, why?
Um, Someone was chatting about it on Twitter, and I had a look at it, and I thought, okay, let's have a look. And yeah, you get power ups like a slice of pizza or lasagna, and then they have different effects and things. It's a basic karting game. It looks all right. It is a bit weird. When you're playing with a controller, you think your controller's broken because like you can't navigate any of the menus with your controller, which is kind of odd. Um, it looks like it's a port from a mobile game, to be honest. Um,
Is it
yeah, it's all right.
multiplayer?
Yep, it has. Yeah, you have to go into Steam properties of the game and enable the multiplayer,
Oh wow.
um, like enabling beta versions of games. And you have to go in and do that, and then you can play the multiplayer. Um,
I bought the
it
game
looks all
because I
right.
figure it's the closest thing to Mario Kart we're gonna. Oh, actually, you have a Switch. Why have we not played Mario Kart together yet?
I have no idea.
Why
Rogue
did I
got me a
buy this
couple of
game?
games. Got me a couple of games this week. One I haven't played yet, which was Planet Explorers, I think, or something like that.
Planet Nomads.
Planet Nomads, that was it. Haven't played that yet, but he also got me Hellion. Hellion is balls hard. Um, it's basically a survival space simulation game, and you start off in a cryopod, and there's bits of the ship missing. So basically, the first thing you've got to do is get your suit and go out, take a spacewalk, and pick up the docking section of the ship, which is floating about in space. Pilot that to your main base, and dock it, which is quite tricky. It took me a good couple of hours to actually get it down, and
Jesus Christ.
it's full Newtonian physics. So once you start moving in a direction, the only way to stop moving in that direction is to apply thrust in the opposite direction. And if you apply too much thrust in the opposite direction, you'll start going in the opposite direction.
The thing
Yeah,
I hate
so
is you can't use a flight stick yet.
no, you can't. But yeah, you've got this station. There's a shuttle parked nearby as well. That's really worn out as well. So yeah, you have to repair the failing systems on the ship and your base, and then once you've got everything fine and dandy, then you can start exploring the rest of the. I don't know how big the area is, but the rest of
Cosmos.
space. So, so yeah, it's pretty nuts. It looks really nice. There's still a few bugs in it. Of course there are. It's in early access, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Um, but yeah, it really is balls hard. Apparently, when I play with Rogue, I'm the pilot because I've managed to dock one thing once.
Yeah. He'll just
Um,
crash it everywhere.
yeah, he had a go on his own. He was like, okay, you know what? I'm not doing this ever again. I was like, okay, I
I
guess
was
I
gonna
get to do
play
all the
Hellion
docking.
last night, but yeah, he started playing No Man's Sky because
Mm.
Board's playing it. So whatever Board does, he's doing.
But yeah, I haven't played a huge amount this week. Obviously, I've played more of that Marvel game on my phone that I can never remember the name of. But
Puzzle Quest.
yeah, we've got some news, and Gary wants us to roll a D10 so we figure out which. Should we both roll and see who gets the highest number to see who's going first?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, grab your D10. I am
Yep.
rolling. I got an 8.
You're going first. I got a 5.
All right, rolling again. I got a 1. So, taking the first piece of news that this dance thing. um, Gran Turismo is getting microtransactions a year after it coming out for whatever reason. Let's see, Gran Turismo July update is now live with a new racetrack and cars, and it's going with microtransactions, which is just weird, I guess. Dan,
Yeah.
I know you know about this, so um, I don't know if you know exact reason why. I guess I might find out by going through this. Let's see.
Yeah,
Gameplay is
I
coming out
don't
for
know
just
why.
cars.
They said that they weren't going to add microtransactions last summer. They said it won't have them.
And now they did, because a year means everyone forgot.
Yeah.
We want more
They've been
money.
available in Japan for a little bit. The update's been live in Japan for a few weeks before the
It says it's
European and
live in
American one.
Asia and America.
Yeah. So now it's live everywhere. Yeah, they've changed their mind. They're like, you know what? Um,
We want more money. I found a new recipe for money.
of course, the excuse for this is that people with jobs or other full-time commitments now have the option to buy stuff instead of grinding for it.
That is
Um,
every fucking goddamn excuse for this. People that don't have time will spend money to get the stuff that they don't have time to do on their own.
yeah, and the other way around that is simply unlock every car for everyone. Or increase the payouts for races to reduce how long it takes to get the new vehicles. That's another way of doing it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it is kind of odd that they've added it in, especially with all the stuff that's been going on about microtransactions recently and loot boxes and things. So,
Actually, it's been semi-quiet the past couple months about loot boxes and stuff. Well, I haven't seen much hate on them. But yeah, good job bringing it back. They're like, people aren't talking about this enough. Let's just do it. But yeah, that's basically what this whole thing's about. Is just microtransactions and what you can use them on and stuff. So damn, why don't you roll up?
okay. Go. Floor roll. 8. Okay, yeah, Valve. Um, again, for the third week in a row, I think we've talked about Valve. Um, no, yeah, just get rid of that. Thank you. Okay. Oh crap, my knee just went again. Okay. So Steam removed a game. Uh, recently, a couple of days ago. For among other things, facilitating a trading scam, and as a result of that, they've now introduced new features to protect Steam users from falling victim to games that try and pass forged in-game items as the real thing, um, which is kind of interesting. Steam now warns players when they're about to engage in a trade for an item from a game they've either never played or from a game that's new released on Steam.
What are you getting
Um,
an item for a game that you never fucking play? I don't
I have
understand
no
the
idea.
trading shit.
Yeah. Apparently, they have more plans to address the problem, but they've done what they could get done in one day. They're hopeful that having to dismiss 2 warning dialogues will be sufficient to make people think twice about trades for containing forged items. But it's not the end of their response, and they're continuing to monitor. Um, Yeah, so these changes come in the wake of a load of allegations that sprung up over the game abstractism within the past week. Starting in late July, there were a load of reports that started appearing that the game was using significantly more resources than you'd expect it to do. And apparently, that's a telltale sign of a program secretly using the player's computer to mine for cryptocurrency in the background. During that same period, one user was tricked by trading a Team Fortress 2 item for a worthless abstractism item, masquerading it as a rare TF2 drop. The YouTuber Sid Alpha dug into both issues in a video that he posted on July the 29th, and Valve have subsequently removed Abstractism, that's a terrible name, from Steam. They did that on July the 30th. For shipping unauthorized code, trolling, and scamming customers with deceptive in-game items. Which is really kind of cool. I mean, I've never known Steam to react so quickly. Remove a game and then one day later start putting stuff in to help stop these scams. It's good that they're actually doing something. So yeah, that's that bit of news.
All right, so I'm gonna roll for the next one, and oh no, it's on the floor. Let's roll that again. That is a 6. All right, so number 6 is let's see, Unity partnering with Google to introduce AdMod, AdMod integration for mobile games. Yeah, so it seems like Unity's coming up more and more often. Let's see. It says the goal here is to create a more compelling mobile environment for advertisers in a way that also helps game devs boost their own monetization efforts in both iOS and Android games. Let's see. It's saying that Google's partnership should help devs seamlessly introduce AdMod to their mobile games, allowing advertisers an integrated way to engage high-value audiences like never before. AdMod integration boosts a higher video compilation rate of 87.3% compared to 32.5% overall average for games. So quite a bit more. And there is a holy fuck quote here. Every day, nearly 9 billion minutes of time. Wow, that's a lot of time. Billion minutes of time spent with consumers engaging in mobile game content built with Unity. This remains a largely untapped opportunity for performance and brand advertisers. Advertisers can win users' mindshare, drive performance, and scale campaigns to new heights by tapping into the valuable global audience. Is said by the Unity Vice President, Julie Shoemaker. Hey, I've heard that name before. Blah, blah, blah. By partnering with Google, we are unlocking access to the powerful channel and providing advertisers the opportunity to drive value with high engagement ad experiences. So there you go. That's that piece. Dan, roll your dice.
Okay, let's move my glass out of the way because I don't want this metal dice to break it. Oh, that was a 3. It slid off. Okay, Octopath Traveler. It's done rather well.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, it's already exceeded expectations by selling out in Japan a day after it was released.
Everywhere.
Which is kind of nuts. But it's not just in Japan that it's doing well, as Nintendo announced yesterday, so that would be Friday, the game has already shipped 1 million copies worldwide.
Yeah.
Well, now that's shipped, doesn't necessarily they've all been bought. But apparently, in a tweet from the European account, Nintendo explained the figure included both physical copies and Nintendo Switch eShop downloads. The company has thanked fans for their incredible support and relayed a message from Square Enix thanking players for making this possible. and that's a pretty nice little bit of art but work that they did for that. I quite like that.
Hopefully
Um,
they put an octopath, an octopus out.
this basically, well, the article says this adds to the continuing trend of JRPGs performing well outside Japan. They've been doing that for quite some time. I know lots of people that love JRPGs. Of course, Persona 5's a good example of it. According to Sega's financial results in March, that's sold 2.2 million copies worldwide since its release in 2016. Now, considering that Octopath has only been out for a couple of weeks, yeah, I'm expecting it to exceed that number
Oh yeah,
quite a bit.
yeah.
Um,
Octopath is a really good game.
yeah, and this Eurogamer article ends with, "Will we be seeing more JRPGs on the Switch in future?" Yeah, of course we will. It's a Nintendo device. It's
Right.
yes, there will be more JRPG. Um,
There'll be all the JRPG.
yeah, I want to play some Travel. I should probably stream some of it. Anyway, what's next?
Yeah, that'd be great. Next is a 8. Nope. 2. All right. This is gonna be a real quick piece. GameFly is ending their video game streaming service. As of August 31st. Let's see. GameFly will be shutting down its streaming subscription service at the end of August. Its physical services for game discs sent through the mail will remain unaffected. So streaming gone, but you will be able to buy games from them. Buy rent games from them through their service, which I don't know. Let's see. Doesn't say anything. The final day of service will be August 31st. Acquiring the company's Casasaria Israel team. Blah 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 blah. Okay, it doesn't really give a reason why they're doing this. Okay, oh, EA,
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the
acquisition
reasons.
was, yeah, related to the end of Gamefly. Okay, so said here, doesn't say who yet. We acquired the team in Israel, and the technology we developed. We did not acquire the GameFly streaming service. This is said by a spokesperson. We have not been involved in any decisions around the service. So that's very helpful. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
So
think one of the reasons has got to be, well, the parent, the company who bought them, doesn't have the rights to the streaming service, so that's the main reason. But also, we're seeing more and more options for streaming games live, even on the PC. We've got Origin and
fucking
uh,
everything does streaming.
the
My
the
GeForce experience does it.
yeah,
You
uh,
can get free
um,
software.
you can do it on you can stream games on the PS4. You can, I don't know if you can do them on the Xbox One. I don't know. I guess you probably can with the Origin or whatever it's called on Xbox One. They have a
It's
similar
just
service, don't they?
yeah, it's EA Access on consoles
That's
and
it. Yeah,
Origin Access on the computer. Why they
yeah.
changed it, I don't fucking know.
It's the top level of subscription for that. You can get the streaming in, and it is working a lot better than back when On Live tried to do it and wasn't quite so good. More people have got faster internet access now, but I'd
Like
still
they,
rather have the game.
yeah.
Be able to, if my internet goes out, okay, there's a lot of games I can't play because they need online access, but there's a lot of games I can still play if the internet goes out or if the power goes out because I've got a battery backup.
Or a Switch.
Anyway,
Yay!
5. I got number 5. So Nintendo recently.
I put because it's so random and Zero Wing put it into Discord. I have decided to add this to get my 10th piece of
I was
news.
I was gonna put it in anyway if he hadn't put it in, even if he hadn't put it in Discord, because I saw the tweet happen and loads of people talking about it. Nintendo has finally confirmed the correct pronunciation for NES, which is
Which is
NES.
NES. You should have said like
Uh,
the NES or something because it's not
it,
correct anymore.
it's not NES, it's not NES, and
It's Ness is in the character from Earthbound.
yeah, yeah, it's yeah. So I was right the entire time. Uh, and most of America was wrong. Sorry, guys.
You're all wrong. You're
And
all
uh,
assholes.
and it's the SNES.
Yeah, it has to be a SNES now, so we know how to say
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, if you've been saying it wrong all these years, fear not. They finally explained
Corrected
how
your
you say it.
ass. And you'll probably
If you
not
go
correct
to
yourself.
if you go to the museum selection of the Japanese version of WarioWare Gold, you can unlock some slides showcasing the Famicom, and also includes a picture of the NES with the description. Nintendo themselves say that NES is pronounced NES.
Nice. Alright, let's see.
It's NES.
Rolling. I got a 9 on that one. Alright. Surprising I'm not having to re-roll. How close we're getting to the end. Alright, so I just put this in here because I saw it. I mean, the only reason we have 10 pieces of news is because I picked 10 fucking random pieces of news. And, a couple of those are maybe a little bit relevant. So, yeah. After this whole multiplayer update thing happened with No Man's Sky, they almost reached 100,000 concurrent players, which is nowhere near the amount that has actually been on there, or on Steam at once playing a certain game. It's just good for No Man's Sky, I guess. They reached, let's see, they're around 97,000 the past weekend after their next update came out and everything. Because, whenever you play, whenever a major change comes to a game, kind of like early access, I guess. It's like, oh, they updated. Let's see what's new and good with this and blah blah blah. So yeah, that actually helped them with their player. Let's see. Should over 40,000. Okay, fine.
I have noticed a lot of people on my Twitter feed considering whether or not they should buy No Man's Sky again after getting a refund on it in the past. I'd say yeah, if you were interested in it
It's
when it came
like I
out
said
and then
earlier.
found
It's
out,
much more
yeah,
fun to play with friends.
yeah.
Um,
And it's
apparently,
on it's on sale for quite a good price at the moment everywhere. So
that's good. Yeah, it also says here, at the launch of the game, they reached about 212,000 users. So they're under, half of what they've had max. But it's good because who knows how many people are actually playing that concurrently
yeah.
over the past year. Let's see. In addition to co-op multiplayer, new features for next. The 50% drop. Okay, yeah, it's over 50% off.
Oh
Right
man, you
now.
didn't put the story I really wanted to put in the news.
You said about the Gran Turismo thing. You didn't say anything
Yeah,
else.
there's another one about Nintendo suing a company for $100 million.
I did not see that. Um, while I'm in this news piece, why don't you mention that real quick?
Nintendo suing a company for $100 million.
For
Basically,
what?
it's a company that's got a couple of websites where they sell ROMs, and Nintendo have taken umbrage against that because, well, they still sell them now and then on the Nintendo shop, and there's basically the case is saying it's not fans or anything like that. This is purely them making money off Nintendo's IP, and that is against the law. And basically they're suing for, I can't remember how much, but a certain amount per ROM that's on those two sites. for sale. So each one is a breach of copyright. When you add it all up, it comes to about $100 million. Of course,
Holy
they're
shit.
never going to see that because the company will just close up shop and declare bankruptcy. But
Right.
yeah,
Alright.
um,
Well,
Nintendo
roll
don't
your
like it when
dice.
you try to sell their stuff. Okay, one. That one's gone. 10. Oh,
There you go.
okay. Disney. Um, they've bought.
They finally finished buying Fox.
Okay.
They finally have them in their clutches.
Yeah. So Fox Next is now Disney owned, and they gave a final. The shareholders gave final approval on a $71 billion purchase for
God,
most of
so
Fox
much
Entertainment by
money.
Disney. Basically, it doesn't include the news and sports business, um,
Well, I
but
think
it's got
that they
everything
don't
else.
want it, so it's getting bought up by third parties.
Yeah. Um, there's a ridiculous amount of implications for the world of media that we could really cover doing this. But yeah, the acquisition does include Foxnet, the video game publishing arm of Fox. Um, None of the available reporting on the merger appears to indicate any specific plans for Foxnet, but now the company's game portfolio, which includes Marvel Strike Force, Family Guy, another freaking mobile game, and some VR projects based on films like Planet of the Apes and Aliens, are now property of Disney. Um, so yeah, since Foxnet's performance now impacts Disney's future financial earnings, it stands to reason that Walt Disney will be carefully monitoring the company's performance. Um, they recently been licensing IP for its game makers rather than maintaining a full in-house dev team. But perhaps perhaps they should use them as a full in-house dev team and maybe make their own Star Wars games. Take that
Yeah.
license from EA and don't let them screw it up.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I think anyway. Okay, there's two left, so you might as well just go odd even on your roll if it's not one of the two.
No. Hold on. I had to text her. She's like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm not on yet. We're both gonna roll at the same time. The first one to roll on one of these numbers takes it, and then the other person gets the other one. So, you got your
Okay.
dice in hand.
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, roll.
7.
3, 6,
You got 4.
4. I got 4. All right. All right. So, oh yeah, you hit 7. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled 4 right after you hit 7. All right. So this is gonna be real quick. Yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes, the mobile game that Nintendo came out with. Yeah, it hit $400 million in revenue, which is, I just find it insane that fucking mobile games make this much money.
We've been talking real Doctor Evil sums of money today.
I know, right? 71 billion for fucking Fox. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, so let's see, roughly 1 year into it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes has generated 100 million in revenue since February 2018. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Well, Fire Emblem Heroes status at Twin Top Mobile is nothing new. The latest milestone shows that has, I'm getting a call from someone I don't know. Has brought in 6 times more revenue than Super Mario Run. So I guess Nintendo's not going to go with pay for a game anymore. And nearly 10 times more than Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Ooh.
Have you played that yet?
No, actually. I don't even know if I've
It's
downloaded
really,
it. I don't play mobile shit. That's my problem.
it's really dull.
All right, so I won't
Yeah,
play it.
Pocket Camp has earned about $42 million. Super Mario Run got about $64 million,
Yeah,
and
like fucking, you put those two together, you times it by fucking four, and it just fucking makes it there. Oh god, that game is. I mean, it's really good. Like Fire Emblem Heroes is definitely, I think, a lot better built than the other ones. Well, it's got more longevity to it than the other. Well, I don't know about Pocket Camp, but Super Mario Run, like, you can only go through the game and collect every single colored coin thing, and that's the game. Like that's literally all it is. So that makes sense. This has more chances to do different things, and like they could add, if they haven't already, different battles to go into. So it's not a
no,
surprise.
the crazy thing is that despite Fire Emblem's dominance, uh, Nintendo's previously said that that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to adopt that same monetization scheme for new mobile games going forward. Um,
Bullshit.
yeah.
I mean, they are a
Um,
business. They're gonna want to make money. Come on.
yeah,
I
earlier
mean,
this year, Tatsumi Kimishima explained that how it charges for different mobile games must be a good fit for both the Nintendo franchise featured in the game and the demographic that they're targeting. So,
white people,
yeah,
gamers in general. Uh,
people with money.
Basically, yeah. But yeah, that's really it for that one. So, Dan, why don't you take that last piece?
Yeah. Um, Activision and Tencent, the publisher behind PUBG, I believe. Is it PUBG or Fortnite? It's PUBG. They're teaming up to create an all new Call of Duty mobile game for the Chinese
Oh,
market.
fucking boy.
Yeah, it's going to be a free to play game, and apparently it's going to bring together a collection of beloved Call of Duty characters, maps, modes, and weapons from across the franchise. Um, Timmy Studio Group is developing it, and they apparently best known for games that are apparently hugely popular that I've never heard of. Arena of Valor and third-person shooter Age of Gunslingers Online, which I think I might have played, and the racing game G Cards. Um, Apparently, they're working closely with one of Tencent's top mobile studios. Um, oh no, Timmy is one of
Come
Tencent's
on!
top mobile. To develop a full, fun and original Call of Duty experience that delivers superb gameplay and mechanics to mobile players, said Rob
Someone.
Holt. I can't remember how to pronounce his name.
No clue.
Um, yeah, he's the VP of the COD franchise. Call of Duty has been the leading first-person action experience around the globe for years, and seeing what comes to life on the mobile platform has been really exciting. We can't wait for fans to play.
Super excitement.
Um, yeah, China is the largest games market in the world in terms of revenue and player numbers, according to intelligence company Newzoo. Um, and it accounts for more than one quarter of all global game revenues. Um, well, it will do this year, and it's estimated to reach $38 billion, just the Chinese market. And apparently, mobile is the dominant force in China. So, um, wow, yeah, the game market in China is responsible for 61% of revenues, but will be this year, and next year is going to be more like 70% of the market. They love their phone games out in China.
Mhm.
Okay, the Call of Duty game doesn't have a solid release date, and all of Activision have said it'll be launching sometime in the coming months. So that's really helpful. I guess we'll probably see it over here. It'll probably get a release over here at some point once the Chinese markets play tested it. Um, I might play it. I probably won't.
Mhm.
Unless it's got single player.
Right.
Okay, well, that is it for the news. So we are going to move up into the third and final part of the show, which is the bit where you get to tell us stuff and what you've been up to. And we had a TGM quest last week, but I can't remember what it was, and we didn't ask anyone to answer it. So I'm going to ask one for next week. No Man's Sky, did you trade it in or get a refund on it when it came out? If so, are you considering picking it up again? Or are you still playing it? Let us know what you think about No Man's Sky. Okay, well, that brings us into the TGM checks. And first off, we have Relic, who's been playing Monster Hunter World. And the behemoth is kicking his ass. And whilst Gary's typing,
Sorry, no, I got it now. Big Rob Soldier 9 says Sea of Thieves, Skeleton Ships kicking my ass. Rocket League, Cube 2, Gems of War, and last show I think I forgot to mention Screen Cheat with the kids. That's an interesting game. I've tried that before.
There was one that we missed out last week because it was just too late. And I forgot about that. So I'm going to find that one whilst you're reading out your one. Next up, it is Mr. Rain, who's been playing Insurgency, Rocket League, Revolt, Dragon Ball Legends, Asphalt 9, and Best Rally.
Busy bitch. John Mouse, he says Witcher 3, Yakuza Kiwami, H1Z1, No Man's Sky next.
Yeah, last week, Batch Gaming TV was playing Bioshock The Collection. That's one we missed last week. It came in just as we finished the show. So.
Alright, so Zero Wing, he says, No Man's Sky and some classics was documenting my game collection on PriceJordan.com and forgot I had certain games. Actually, I should say this correctly. Was documenting my games, my game collection on PriceJordan.com and forgot I had certain games! Because he put an explanation there. I didn't know I own Star Tropics, don't know what that is. I love that game. And Willow, still don't know it. Like, what the hell? I need to keep track of the games better, of my games better.
Next up, The Real Defoe is still kicking around in Destiny 2.
Boring. Been 4, he says Diablo 3.
And M_board says Diablo 3 and No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Shoutouts. Let's see. There was somebody I can't remember right now. You know what? Everyone is gonna play fucking Monster Hunter today. So hopefully Zermwing. I know Ben and Stace are at least playing. So, because they killed Teostra, which she called Toaster. So that's how I guessed what it was. But yeah, so they did that. I guess they're waiting on me because they want me to get in here, so we need to finish this off very quick. Yeah, so, you know what? That's it. Shout out to Dan. Shout out to you.
Rogue for picking up some games for me, and the guys at my local bike shop, because they were really quite cool.
The people patient enough for you to let them give you money, or let you give them money.
Yeah, they put together a bike rack for me and put it on my car, and they were like, "Oh, do you want us to do?" I was like, "No, I'll be fine putting the pedals on the bike myself." I kind of wanted to do that, so I've got some stickers I need to put on my bike, clear stickers to go around where the cable will rub away at the finish. That doesn't rub away at the finish. As people that
build computers, we like tinkering, so
yeah. And I really like doing it. So, Gary, web for the week to come. Where can people find you?
MS89 is Xbox Live and Twitter. MS_9 is Steam. MS1289 is Nintendo Network Origin. MS0289 is PSN and Twitch. And MS0289, yeah, that's where I'll be in about 5 minutes. So, Dan.
Well, I am Hardly Dan pretty much everywhere. The main place you'll spot me this week is looking out of my front window, trying to see if a delivery van's turning up because not everything's arrived
We're
yet,
running
and one of the
away.
things is being delivered by fucking UPS, so I'm never gonna see that.
Yeah, they're gonna break it again. We're
Other
gonna
than
wreck
that,
it.
either that or I'll be on my Switch playing Octopath Traveler. If you want my Switch code, it's 69 69 42 98 42 81.
Nice
Everything
segue
else
into
is
that.
hardly done. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna.
that should be in Facebook, not website. So
Loads ask Dan.
yeah, Gary. Um,
Tell people where they
why
can
don't
find
you?
us.
Yeah,
Alright, website, thegamesman.com. That's where everything is. Facebook is the Gamesman Podcast. Facebook.com/Gamesman. Not just Gamesman. So it says loads and then ask Dan.
yeah. We have some new likes this week from these wonderful people: Rory Collins, Mike Wheatley, Lee Batchelor, Grace Jeffries, Wendy Collins, Richard Natras, Carl Adams, Chris Matthew, Brendan Drain, Daniel Steger, Susan Linden Hall, Josh Letts, Dan Tilson, Marcus Summers, and Yuri List.
That's bullshit. There's no way that many people fucking liked their page that week this week.
Yeah, I spammed a load of people for likes, and they liked it. So
Wow. Alright.
yeah,
Okay, that makes sense, but it's Ask Dan. Alright, so you can send us a voicemail to RPG Hotline, which is 412-267-RPG1, 412-267-7741. You can send us a speakpipe at speakpipe.com/TGMRPG. You can send us an email at thegamesrpg@gmail.com. Twitter is at thegamesrpg. Or you can put it in TGM chat. Yeah, I'm fucking taking this out. I don't fucking ask TGM checks requests on that shit anymore. Fucking Discord's so much better. Speaking of that, fucking get our goddamn Discord. It's great. Love it. If you're not on, you're a square.
and the easiest way to do that is go to our website and press the Discord button, and it'll do everything for you.
Or if you're super lazy, get a hold of Dan or I on Twitter.
Okay, and we'll give you the link to our website.
Oh, no, I'll just give them a fucking code to put into their damn phone. Let's see. You can get us on YouTube, which is youtube.com/thegamesrpg. Our Twitch is twitch.tv/gamesrpg. Mixer, mixer.com/gamesrpg. Podbean is thegamesrpg.podbean.com. Stitcher, we're on there. We're on iTunes. Give us a review. We want it, we need it, we love it. VGHub, VGHub.net. That's where all of our affiliates are at, and we love them. And then thegamesman.com/shared events. Give people money. I mean, give people money through us. That's what we want.
Yeah, help sick children and disabled people have better lives.
Yeah. So Dan, get us out of here for this week after you take that lovely sip of whiskey.
Okay, well, that will do it for episode 226 of the Gamesmen podcast. So, on behalf of Gary Amorous89 Lever, I am Dan Hardley, Dan Natman. Together, we are the Gamesmen. And until next time, we ask,
what role will you fucking play? Hardcore
language.
Yes, it was language. Alright, so...
I got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fridge stickers, fridge magnets in my loot